really early this morning, and we talked our way across Carolina. And both of us lost our voices somewhere between Hendersonville and Greensboro, I'm not sure where. So we're kind of running on fumes, but I'm having so much fun that I'll take any excuse just to hang out on a beautiful spring night like this and talk. A lot of you were over there and heard those speeches that we gave, the governor and I, about what we want to do. The governor's done such a great job here in North Carolina. And I told him just very candidly that I'm just gonna beg, borrow, and steal a lot of his good ideas, because what's worked for North Carolina can work for America.
Exactly.
North Carolina has been leading the way under his leadership.
Yes.
And I want to thank First Lady Mary Easley for her devotion to this. But mostly I want to thank you. I want to thank you
You're
for
welcome.
being your You're so polite. But you know, for caring enough to be involved, to come and be part of this process. You know, you've heard me talk about issues. You can go to my website, HillaryClinton.com, read about issues. I just want to spend a few minutes talking about why what you're doing is as important, if not more important, than what I'm doing. You know, this country is great and good because we established a fundamental principle all those many years ago, that the American people were in charge, that our leaders came and went, but the American people were the core. Your values, your hopes and dreams and aspirations, your hard work, that was what made America great and good. Some of you will remember from history classes about a Frenchman named Tocqueville who came over to this country back in the beginning of the early part of the 19th century. He traveled all across America trying to figure out what this new nation was all about. And he was amazed at how resilient and active the people themselves were. That struck him as almost unprecedented. People formed themselves into associations. They showed up and helped their neighbors. They participated in all kinds of activities for the betterment of their families and their religious institutions and their communities. And he wrote a book about it. And that book has often been referred to because so much of what he said about Americans back then is still true, no matter where we came from, no matter how we got here. There is something about the American spirit that is infectious. And so each and every one of us feel like we have a right to have our opinions heard, we have a right to participate, and we have a right to hire the next president.
Yes.
Because the president works for you. You know, somebody like me or like Mike Easley, we run for office, but it's you who decides. And so on May the 6th, that decision is among the most weighty that North Carolinians have ever had to make. Because we are at a crossroads in America. There is no guarantee that our greatness and our goodness continue. It has to be constantly regenerated from within, from the kind of people we are, from how we treat each other, from the goals we set, whether we translate talk into action and promises into results. I look back on American history and I'm constantly just amazed at what we have accomplished. And in time after time, no matter how tough the challenges were, the American people and their leaders together rose to meet them. This is one of those times. It is incumbent upon each and every one of you, as a citizen of this state and our country, to take this election as seriously as you've taken any decision that you've ever had to make. To ask yourself the hard questions. How do we elect someone to become our president next January, who will go into that Oval Office on day one and begin to restore our confidence and our trust, to be held accountable to bring our Constitution out of cold storage and to start following it. And I have been running for president because I know what we have to do. I understand it. I've had a unique set of experiences to prepare me. And that is not in any way to disparage any of my opponents. It is who I am. It is what I believe we must do together that I am presenting to you. You, I hope, will be part of making this decision that will give us a chance to really feel that we are on the right track again.